Hey guys, how you going? Tonight I wanted to talk about this and a few other things as well. Okay, the information I've got over the last few days is this is what is meant by you can't tell the people, you have to show them. All these I do believe that the initial thing that started the riots off was possibly and more than likely another big fake. So the guy could be anywhere, paid well to go to do what they did and go away. It could be a number of things, but anyway, we'll leave it at that for now with that bit. Okay. Also, our history has been changed. So all of this stuff that's going on, maybe over a false history that we have learnt. Now, you need to think about that because everything we've been taught in school, everything that's taught in universities, is designed that way. To keep real history from us, to lead us down the garden path, in other words. So really, we can't rely on what we know about history. Okay, the news in Australia are now pushing this peaceful Antifa. You'll see, oh my goodness, a lot of people are falling for it, and they are saying they are Antifa as well. A lot of lost souls, I believe. I'm also thinking that this, along with the virus thing, that this is also waking a lot of people up. Now, because I'm seeing this starting to come up in the news and in Australia, we want to hope that it doesn't come here. We are unarmed. With the footage that I've seen the last few days, I don't think Australia's prepared for that. And that's the reason why we were unarmed. I also wonder if immigration had anything to do with this. All that unfettered immigration we've had over the last 10 to 20 years. Because we know that the globalists want civil war. Okay, and they're the ones behind all this. Antifa, okay. You've got Obama's daughter is part of Antifa. You have de Blasio's daughter, part of Antifa. From what I know, and anyone correct me if with the rest of the names down below if you know them, but I think Pelosi, one of her kids, has something to do with it. There's a few of them. Let me know if you know the other names, because I've seen it and then it went by so fast I lost it. So, the other thing is, yeah, no one said this would be easy, really, and it's not going to be easy. This whole transition, though, if we have to ride through this, look, the 10 days of darkness could be even the 10 days of riots. For all we know, that's what it could mean. Because when we're trying to, at least when I'm trying to decipher this, I'm guessing, guys. That's all I'm doing. I'm not. There is a Q map and a Q research board as well. The Q map is just. Someone else help me again. It's qmap.pub. Is that right? And the research board, if you get the Q app, at the bottom of every post, you'll see a link to the Q research board. But you can find it on the internet. Just search Q research board, it'll come up. Now, you've got a lot of Hollywood who are cheering these rioters on and actually paying their bail to get them back out. I also wonder if this is why they let all those people out of jail, like the harder criminals. because I heard that they let a lot of them out of jail because of the virus. They were worried about them getting it. Now we know why. Okay, now I may think that the actual reason for all this starting was fake, but I believe the reaction was real. Okay, this has been coming for years. They've been instilling all this in everybody for years. I can see it here. For the last few years, racist, and all this stuff about the Aboriginals coming out, and you can see it happening. You can see it from a mile away. Okay, and Trump did not implement martial law yet. He did send in the army to help the police, but yeah, he didn't. I don't believe he's quite declared martial law. It's called the Insurgency Act, I think. But there are army on the streets to help the police, so I think that's the National Guard. Okay, and the states that are allowing this to continue are mostly democratic states. Now, over here in Australia, I'd be worried if I was in a Labor state, because they're the same as the Democrats. Labor, Greens, they're all the same. Yeah, once we get through this pain, this hard, we have to go through this. And I believe part of it is to show people that, because you can't tell them, you have to show them. So they're going to have to find out their own way. And I know that from Facebook too. A friend of mine put up she hated Trump. She hates Trump. Because of, he tear gassed people, or she said he tear gassed people and got them out of the way so he could walk. She's listening to mainstream news. Mainstream news at the moment are not going to give you the truth. The closest thing you've got in the US is Fox News, and be wary of them too. And the one we've got here is Sky News Australia, and I'm wary of them too. I don't believe everything they tell me, but when I know what's going on and they say things like they're against Antifa. Okay, they don't want Antifa here, so that's another thing. Also, okay, we were warned by Q in the beginning that we might need to see martial law, very briefly. But here's something interesting that I found out. There has to be martial law for Nasara to come in. I'm not 100% sure if Nasara and Jassara, or a form of it, will come. But it's worth keeping an eye on. Okay, now I wanted to go over here. Okay. From Stormy Patriot Joe, and you can follow any of these people on Twitter. Jesse Waters just blew up. Number 1, points out that he knew the cop. Number 2, fentanyl in his system. Oh, this is about the guy. What's his name? George Floyd, that's it. Number 1, he points out that George Floyd knew the cop. Number 2, he was on fentanyl. Number 3, he invites you to dig on the club, and he mentions trafficking. I'm not going to play this because I'll probably get another copyright claim. A copyright claim is not the same as a strike. So my video was still up and everything. And when you get a copyright claim, if you do a YouTube channel in the end and you get a copyright claim, you can argue it, and because it was ITV in Britain, I had got nothing. None of my footage was from Britain. It was all from the USA. So because I appealed it, this morning I got a notice saying that my video was cleared, that they dropped it. So, and I wrote that in the comment. The comment was, you can leave a comment as to why you think it's fair notice, or whatever you call it, and fair use, sorry. And I left a comment in there saying there was nothing that I got from ITV, and that everything I got was from Twitter, from people, the original people and the other people posting. Okay? So, okay. He invites you to dig on the club and mentions trafficking. Sorry, I went a bit off there. Number 4, says operation. So he knows this is an operation. What did George know? He might have known something that he might have been offed for. Number 6, slipped in the porn star take. So he slipped that in too. 7, Ellison knows. You are watching a movie. QAnon. And that's another thing. How do we know all this footage? Like, I do know there are riots going on. But some of this footage might be like you see on a movie. Some of it may be, and they've been using World War Z as the MSNBC. We're using it as the footage for one of the towns. It wasn't true. Los Angeles? I don't know. You can correct me on that one too, guys. I'm a bit off today. Oh, dear. I've been a bit off for a few days. It's only because, see, even I fell for this one, sort of. At the beginning I did, and then I quickly realised that the actual incident was fake. But it was the reaction that I was reacting to, was the reaction of everybody else. But that a lot of it could be contrived, but I do believe that the reaction was real from people, okay? Maybe you could ask that friend why no news agency has interviewed the person who took the video, the girl, and the other person yelling at the cops, the guy. Find it very interesting that they are in the wind. And Mark replied, exactly. I want to talk to them, that's for sure. Great point, sweet Melissa says. George Floyd was a damn Mason. Look at his chest tattoo, 33rd degree Mason. Are those two still in existence? Great point, excellent point. Other video shots show they weren't actually there and his body was placed where they would not have been able to see his head from that angle if they were. It's all ops. Indeed, normally the news stations would be all over the eyewitnesses, and why weren't they this time? Because it's all fake. Look at the girl's Facebook page. No 17-year-old I know doesn't take a million selfies, and it's all weird. You know what? Sugar honey iced tea. Posted nothing a 17-year-old girl would post, and most of it's from the last couple of weeks. Faked. Okay, strange because in different video angles, if you watch that video from another angle, there was more footage from across the street. So on the same side that guy was on the side of the car. You can't see anyone standing on the footpath. There's nobody around. So where are these two people who took this footage? And I'm telling you, you don't see them in the original recording, which was the CCTV from across the road. There's something not right about this. There really isn't. This was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. But the reaction, a lot of the reaction is real. Okay, now I wonder if people in Australia have looked at this at all. I seem to remember Antifa calling for everyone to start fires after fires in California. Climate change must be big bucks. It's sick. Nearly 200 people arrested across Australia for deliberately starting bushfires. Anything to do with Antifa? It looks suspiciously like Australia was under attack. My guess would be Antifa, the Greens, or climate change activists, just to try and prove a point. Me? Cynical? Yep. And Soros needs to be exposed. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to go on is these poor lost souls. There's a new hashtag floating around. Oh, I don't know if you've seen this. I am anti-fascist. Oh dear. I think these people have been severely led astray. Severely. There's all these people. See, I got on a thread last night, and I should have got it because it was Australian. And one person claimed they were anti-fascist. And then all these people my age and older were saying, well, I must be a terrorist too because I'm anti-fascist. What they're being sold is, yeah, it's not anti-fascist, it's actually communistic. That's what Antifa is. They've gone beyond the fascism. They're communistic. And all these people, look, hey, this apparently might get me in trouble with government, but fascism is effing awful. I agree. I'm anti-fascist. Black Lives Matter. Okay, this is all. Look at it. My dad was a World War II vet. Definitely Antifa. Really? I would advise them to have a look at this picture. Okay? Now, it's not exactly the same. The swastika is missing. But there is a cross in the corner here. There is an X in the corner there. Look at the red lines. Look at the white lines. Look at the black lines. Red, white, black. Same as a circle in the middle. The only thing missing, they cannot put a swastika here or it would drive Black Lives Matter away. Okay? So it's so similar that it's ridiculous. And this is how they are pretty much shoving it in your face, what they really are. Then you've got all these poor lost souls over here. Like, look. You've got to be kidding me. Luckily, there aren't too many of them. But there's people my age and older on an Australian thread somewhere saying that they were anti-fascist. So they were Antifa. Okay? I just could not believe it. I was sitting here absolutely just horrified that it must have been someone from ABC or something that started it. And I can't find it now. It was an Australian... yeah, there you go. You mean Antifa, the terrorists? It's the only one in here. Everyone else is like, I'm Antifa, a veteran, a teacher, a father, an American. I'm anti-fascist. So is every World War II veteran. And then they asked this poor girl here if she's pro-fascism. No, we're actually don't like fascism either. I'm not going to say anti because that is a very convoluted term, this one. I don't know if you've noticed, but Child Protective Services don't protect children. Antifa are not anti-fascist. They're beyond that. They're communistic. Look, all these people. Oh my goodness, the soy boys are in here. Ah dear. And look, the anti-fascists are now saying the Second Amendment. Hey. I thought they were against the Second Amendment. Australia's going to need the Second Amendment soon. Although I did see that apparently Scott Morrison is meeting with Trump, and so is Putin. I call him Putin. Make Antifa great again. Are you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Are these people for real? They don't know what Antifa stands for. Oh my goodness. See? Look, all these people here now should be on a list somewhere. These people should be on a list and you should be watching these people. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm not going to read any more of this because this is just, it gets a bit frustrating. There's something else I wanted to show you though. HCQ News. The Association of American Physicians and Surgeons has sued the FDA to end its arbitrary restrictions on HCQ. There's no legal or factual basis for the FDA to limit the use. Okay, I'll put all these links down below. If you want to read all this, you can. I'm just trying to bring you what I'm finding. A campaign against HCQ sustained by corrupt medical professionals with ties to Big Pharma. Pardon me. I had a burp escape from nowhere then. I just ate my dinner, so you'll have to excuse me, guys. I'm very sorry if you heard that. A good article from an HCQ skeptic on why the Lancet study is most likely straight out fraud. I believe with a very high possibility the data behind that high profile, high consequence Lancet study are completely fabricated, and that was the one with the heart problems. I do not believe it does that to you. By the way, guys, I'm feeling great. I haven't felt this good in a long time. Health-wise, I mean. I'm not fully recovered yet, but I am... Oh, I'm a lot better than I was. A lot better. And just that alone is enough for me to celebrate. So, obviously you got idiots in here. Okay, the American Brazilian people stand in solidarity in the fight against the virus. The United States government delivered 2 million doses of HCQ to the people of Brazil, and they're sending ventilators too. MSM throws in the towel. HCQ works. The Lancet's politicised silence on anti-malarial drugs. Oh. Here's another idiot. And he calls himself a doctor. You have to be kidding me, wouldn't you? We need to prepare for a second wave. No HCQ political obstruction. We need an executive order. Well, maybe he's not a bloody idiot. Sorry. But saying a second wave, that's fake. Okay? Oh, anyway. HCQ and appropriate PPE lowers risk of infection. Oh, the healthcare workers are on it now. And I think they're trialling that in Australia as well. Frontline healthcare workers. And, guys, I've got some really, really interesting stuff coming up. I've got something about the CV. It might be an alternative to what it actually meant. I don't know if any of you have seen the... it was an explanation. If they were arrested, it meant... I mean, if they were CV positive, it meant they'd been arrested. If they recovered, they were let go, or waiting trial, or something. If anyone has that, can you please send it to me, or give me a link to it somewhere in the comments below, because it goes along with what I'm about to talk about in my next video. And the next video will be all about that old virus that just went through and what it may really mean. Nothing like we think. Okay, guys, I'm probably going to leave it at that for tonight. I just wanted to come in and let you know that things... Look, Patriots are in control. This is all happening. And one more thing before we go. Hillary was in court. Oh, no, she wasn't. Her lawyers were. On... Was it Monday? Okay, this is a Q post. I'm draining the swamp, and the swamp is trying to fight back. Don't worry, we will win. The swamp runs deep. Okay, now this is what we're facing right now. They're going to keep trying. Probably, maybe even up to the election. They're going to try one thing after another thing after another thing, and everything they try is going to wake the people up more and more. I don't know if you have noticed, but I've noticed all of a sudden there's a lot of people waking up. It's like the rioting has woken people up. Look, you've got all these people trying to discourage the violence and trying to, on all sides, everywhere. So, I've got sirens going now too. Oh, look, I'm pretty sure this Saturday in Australia here, which will be Friday America time, and I think UK as well. They're set to kick off with Antifa. Well, they've already been doing it, but Antifa protests. So we could be in for some interesting time too. in the next week or so. But that's what look, I'm surprised that thing didn't... Oh, that's horrible. So big. Oh my goodness, can I zoom out? Because that's just a horrible sight. It's still horrible. What's wrong with the face? Hang on. Okay, it's just pixelated, but it doesn't matter how much you zoom out, that still looks pixelated. Anyway, she's apparently holding a Bible. I'm surprised her hands weren't in flames. POTUS walks to church. MSDNC, POTUS cleared peaceful protesters using tear gas, rubber bullets, attack on humanity, racists, etc. Pelosi walk. MSDNC, Pelosi D is one with the people and the black community. Protesters reaching out for her hand. Peaceful. POTUS holds Bible. MSDNC, fake pictures created of Hitler holding the Bible, project white supremacy narrative. Pelosi holds Bible. MSDNC, Pelosi, the Democrats, are a blessing for our black communities. Attempt to divide and control? I think so. When have the Ds ever helped? The Ds were the ones who started the KKK. And they fought to keep slavery when the Republicans were trying to get rid of it. I'm sure most of you know that. Okay, shadow presidency, shadow government, insurgency, irregular warfare. Okay, now Obama come out and made some sort of weird speech today. Excuse me, who is he again? I didn't think he was in control. Is he trying to control? Is he trying to make himself look good? Well, what he actually did was he fired it even more. From the sound of his little speech he gave. And not only that, I don't know if you've noticed, I was watching Barack Obama give this little speech thing today. It doesn't look like him. And it doesn't sound like him. Have all these people got twins? I know some people think they're clones, and they could be. I don't know. But I'm wondering if that's why the Nazis were so into twins. It's just something to think about. It's just a theory I have. I wonder if a lot of these people have twins, and that's what we're seeing now, because the real ones are actually in prison. And if you're a Q follower, you already know what I'm talking about, because people have been saying they're already in Gitmo and they're already in prison. And we're going, no, they're still walking around because we can see them. But we know that, like with Hillary, sometimes they look really, really different. Well, Barack Obama today looked and sounded different to me. That wasn't the same person. So these people could actually be already behind bars. But look, I don't know. I'm just guessing here along with everyone else. The swamp runs deep. They want you divided. They want you labelled by race, religion, class, sex, etc. Divided, you are weak. You've got no collective power. Divided, you attack each other and miss the true target, which is them. MSDNC, and I'm sure they mean MSNBC, but anyway, MSDNC projection, RE, scope and size meant to instill fear and basic follow the pack mentality. Psych 101, echo chamber, groupthink. If majority thinks XYZ, XYZ must be true. Pro-America versus anti-America. Reobtain power by any means necessary. Now this is Antifa and the Ds. Prevent public exposure of the truth, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing right now. Prevent accountability. Your life means nothing to them, sheep, because they will kill your community, and they will kill you, and they won't blink twice about it. You're a vote when it matters and a dollar sign when it does not. Stand strong, stand together. Humanity is good. And inherently, I do think most of us are good at heart. Most people are. It's only this groupthink, this pack mentality that is, it's absolutely dangerous. But it's a kind of a thing a lot of teenagers tend to fall for. Unity is humanity. Unity is peace. Be strong in the Lord. Pray for strength and pray for guidance. Pray for America. Put on the full armour of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. Now, if you are not a praying person, go and meditate or do what you do in a good way. Try and bring the positive feeling. And it's not upside down. The Bible's not upside down. Because if anyone knows the Bible, they know that these things are attached at the top, so you can't see them. And that is a bookmark. That's what those ribbons are, bookmarks. So it's not upside down. And I think someone's blanked the... I don't know if it's back to front. Antifa mapping started a long time ago. They did. Because I remember Q mentioning Antifa a lot of times way back. Oh, there you go. Reread again. Oh, the Fox News link, which doesn't go anywhere anymore. Look at this. Oh, yes, it does. Wow. I tried that yesterday and it was gone. Antifa arrests coming. Concerns over riots heading to suburbia, government source says.
Bring us up to speed on what's happening with the looting down there in the lower part of Manhattan.
Yeah, we've had 4 days in a row of significant protests.
Sorry, guys. Okay, agitators behind the rioting that has paralysed the country over the past week want to move into more suburban areas, government intelligence sources told Fox News. And we already know all this. So I'm not going to read that. But what I will do is put it all down below for you. Okay. Even before the riots exploded across the US, in the aftermath of George Floyd's death, federal and local officials have long been investigating the inner workings and revenue stream of the anarchist left-wing outfit, and arrests among its highest ranks may be imminent. Now, that is what I mean when I say these poor souls that are saying that they are anti-fascists. And look, I do agree, because everyone doesn't like fascism. It's not what Trump is. It's what these people are, if anything. The Antifa are. Our world, we live in the upside down, if you don't know. It's like Twilight Zone. So everything they say they are for, they're actually against. It's the opposite. Just turn it upside down and you'll be closer to the truth. Okay, intelligence sources pointed out that indictments may be building for some time and a close examination of funding revenues remains under the microscope. While Antifa operates as something of a leaderless militant wing, sources closely engaged in the matter said that there are identifiable top brass driving and inciting criminal activity. And as I said before, Obama's daughter, de Blasio's daughter, and I know Pelosi's family has something to do with it. There's a few others too, so let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to leave it there now. I am one of those persons, just keep rambling on, don't I? Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. The next video should be quite interesting, so yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow. I've been a little bit busy with the grandchildren, so yeah, they sort of come, you know, they come first. I can't not. So if I don't post, because I meant to last night, if I don't post, it's because I'm probably swept off my feet with a couple of little ones. So I hope you understand. I'm going to try and come tomorrow night. If it's not, it'll be Saturday morning, which will be Friday night in the US and the UK. Okay, guys, I don't have anyone to thank now today. All my details will be down below. I've got the post box, so that'll be down below too. And PayPal as well, except I don't expect anybody at the moment. Oh my goodness. I think we're all in the same boat. I do not expect anything from anyone, so please just ignore it if you know, let the ads run or something. I don't know. Oh, that was another thing they did. YouTube because that video was monetized and had a copyright claim against it, they stopped the monetization. This morning they did say that they will reimburse it, but at the moment I'm not really making any money from YouTube at all. I'm making a little bit, but it's nothing like, really, it's minimal. Very, very minimal. And I think that's why they keep my views low. It seems I'm struggling to get over 30,000 subscribers. Wow, I remember when I was at 30. It was only less than a year ago. I was at 30 subscribers. Now I'm nearly at 30,000 and I can't believe it. I love you guys. You guys are great. Thank you for listening to me. I really didn't expect anyone to even listen to me, so there you go. But yeah, what they're doing is they're holding back my views. Now, the 2 nights ago, that video, it shot up and it went straight to 10,000 and it's pretty much stayed there at 10,000 views. And I know people are watching it because I got more people commenting and commenting and commenting, and it can't just sit there. So anyway, I hope this is sorted out soon. These companies, I don't know, they may crash. Okay, the weight of the corruptness may crash YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We don't know yet. Again, I'm guessing. If so, there will be other newer websites popping up all over the place that will equal these things if they do end up going under because of the weight of the corruption behind them. Okay, I hope you all have a good night or a good morning wherever you are. Stay safe and try and stay calm. I know it's hard because I sort of went a bit funny the other day. You know, watching all the riots, all the footage, it just got to me, and if you've ever been knocked unconscious, you would understand. It was horrific to watch anyway. So I have a lot of empathy. So when I watch people, like, I can't watch that sort of thing anyway, but when I have seen it on Twitter in the last few days, I have felt every single punch, hit, kick, maybe too much empathy, I don't know. But that's how much I have. It's just, I feel it. Okay, guys, and let's not even talk about that poor dog. But, you know, it could be fate. Look, I don't know. Don't ask me. Always do your own research, guys, and always come to your own conclusions. It's good to listen to people and listen to me and listen to other people, and that's how I do it. Listen to everyone, make up your own mind, and come to your own conclusions, and trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Okay, guys, I hope you have a good one wherever you are. I am going this time. Okay, bye, guys.